You bought me this dress. Yeah, in Norway. Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you're so very welcome indeed. Okay, so why are we here? I'll tell you why we're here. Halle Berry's ex-husband, former MLB player David Justice, says he left Halle Berry because he couldn't see her as a mother of his kids. He went on to say, she don't cook, she don't clean, she don't really seem motherly. Let me go and find out when David Justice, the three-time MLB All-Star, reflected on his romance with the Oscar winner, to whom he was married from 1993 to 1997, and how his views on gender roles led him to walk away from their life together.
Really wasn't a lot of negative attention until I decided to leave her in 1996. You know, I remember Halle saying to me, hey, she asked me to marry her after knowing me for 5 months. So I'm looking at my mom, and I'm a Midwest guy. So in my mind, I'm thinking a wife at that time should cook, clean.
Traditional.
And then I'm thinking, okay, if we have kids, is this the woman I want to have kids with and build a family with? And at that time, as a young guy, she don't cook, don't clean, don't really seem like motherly. And then we start having issues.
Let me also respond, because this wonderful lady, Not Beyond But Violence, says, imagine expecting Halle Berry, the first black actress, to earn $20 million a movie. The #1 most desirable woman in the world for decades. The amount of songs that have been sung about Halle Berry, oh wow. The first black woman to win an Academy Award, to win an Oscar, to stay home to cook and clean. Men and audacity. I had to digest it all in just, listening to all of this. You know what's funny? We are talking about, they got married over 20 years ago. Over 20 years ago, actually 22 to be precise, because if it was in 2003, we're in 2025. It screams to me what kind of life David Justice is living now. Not much. For something to have happened over 20 years ago, and for you to bring it up about your ex-wife in such a disparaging way, it screams really and truly that, Halle, you dodged the bullet. That not only were you a buffoon then, but you're still a buffoon. Halle Berry has moved on. She's a huge advocate for menopause, of which I live and love, because I'm going through menopause now. And she has done so well for herself. Who isn't above mistakes? Who hasn't dated that buffoon?
I really didn't want to face the world. I thought this is the failure of my life. I love this man, and I thought I gave the best I had to give. And if that wasn't good enough, then I didn't know what the future would hold. And I really just felt like the easy way out would be to just go away and disappear.
So you went into the garage with your dogs.
Yep, Bumper and Petey.
Bumper and Petey, I think. Yep. And so you were going to kill yourself.
I thought so.
Okay. Did you, like, turn on the engine and there you're sitting in the car?
Well, I sat in the car for maybe an hour without the engine on, just crying, contemplating, writing notes to what I wanted to say to my mother. That's all I was thinking about, was what I wanted to say to my mother, because I knew that if I did do this, it was going to kill her. So I wanted to write a note to her to tell her what I was feeling. And
did you not feel like you could go to your mom? Because I know your mom had come to you. Don't make me cry. Don't make me cry. Did you not feel like you could go to your mom because your mom had come to you to support you through this?
I was too embarrassed to go to my mother because she's so strong, and I thought that I had her strength. To go to her in such a time of weakness, I thought I was too ashamed.
You were ashamed of your weakness. Okay. So what made you not turn on the engine and not do that?
Well, I did turn the engine on, and I started the whole process. And about 15 minutes into that, I don't know what happened. I closed my eyes and I thought I was just going to lay down and go to sleep. And it just didn't happen. There was sort of something gnawing on my shoulders. I actually felt something starting to go like this on my shoulders. And I opened my eyes and I said, you know, I can't do this. I got fearful then. What would the afterlife be for someone who took their own life? And then my spiritual side kicked in and said,
Dean, can we have some Kleenex up here? Thank you. Pass me one, too.
But Halle not once has come out to even tell us who made her deaf in one ear. Till this very day, she has never mentioned the guy that she dated and was violent with her. She hasn't brought up David Justice. But David Justice is irrelevant. And the only way that he can make any kind of relevance for himself is to bring up the most famous woman he ever got the honor of dating. And I say that because he was a buffoon, but Halle didn't know it at the time. Now that you have confirmed it and put rubber stamp on it, trust me when I tell you, David, you don't have to come out and say anything else. This is not in defense of Halle. This is in defense of class. Have some class. Have dignity for your past relationships, whether they worked, whether they didn't work. Everybody is moved on. And we are different people. The person I was 20 years ago, if she walked right in front of me, we don't have much in common. I'm 56 now. In my 30s and my 20s, what did I know? Not much. I was trying to figure it out. No, too much noise. Let me close this window. Hold on. This is a woman who was on the set, on the movie studio set. And I know this because I've been on the movie studio set, where you can be there, and I know it sounds unbelievable, you can be there for 16 hours. Yes, you can, because we got paid overtime. So I know this, that she didn't seem that motherly. She wasn't cooking and cleaning. What about you, David? She was working just like you, but you were expecting her to do everything because you thought that she was your mama, because your mama was cooking and cleaning. With the ultimate respect, I get it. But your mother was not an actress. Your mother is not an Academy Award winner. I promise you, if your mother was making the kind of money Halle was making, she would have a different kind of take on the marriage she had with your father. I say it here all the time. When you're financially independent, your marriage will have a different view, especially back in the day.
Why do you feel like in this current generation of men and women, people are leaning away from traditional marriage?
I think most of marriage in prior years was successful because women didn't have as many options as they have now, right? The society was designed, I mean, there's a stat, I believe women couldn't get their own credit cards until like the early 80s. Yeah. Couldn't get their own bank account until the 60s. You couldn't, the scar of divorce, she couldn't get a job. So 40, 50, 60 years ago, I mean, you go back to the Bible days, women were treated like property.
Yeah.
Marriage,
subhuman.
You take my daughter, give me 10 goats. Like, and she's for children to help you. Literally, 10 goats. And I need you to have these kids so we can work this farm. Right? So, I think as time has progressed, women have been able to go to college, get educated. Black women are the most educated people in the United States.
They are.
They're able to get paid, right? And now you just being a man ain't enough to be a marriage.
And men ain't adjusted.
and men have not had to adjust. And you see people argue online, that's what's wrong with women today. You gonna end up with cats. As a mortician, right? There's a girl in death. This whole conversation happened on Twitter, and somebody in the death care industry was like, by and large, women don't be found after 2-3 weeks dead. Like, women got communities, whether they're married or not. Yeah, their friends come check on you. Their kids come check on you. The people who end up dead for 2-3 weeks, that's men. So men tend to project what they think will happen to women, which is actually going to happen to them.
I am absolutely certain that if your mother made $20 million, she would have hired a cleaner, she would have hired a chef, she would have had a workout trainer, she would have had her own house. Let your daddy sit in another house. Let her watch all of her fabulous episodes and let her do her thing. It's not nice. Bottom line, it's not nice. And I don't want other men, young men, Fumi Nation men, to think that this is behavior that you should adopt. And it makes me shiver to think how he's treating his present wife, Rebecca. Because he's condescending. He thinks that a woman should look up to him because he's the master of the house. No. No. That old mentality is out the window. The two of you are equals. The two of you care and respect each other. And if she's not home to cook, then you cook. You serve the dinner for the children. You are dependent on Halle and God only knows, his wife now, I'm not sure. But she's the one to raise the children. You are not to do anything. That's the mentality. I saw a picture the other day where a woman was carrying the children plus carrying the husband on the back. That's David Justice. You do all the work. I married you. And I can sleep with you whenever I want to. And I'll give you money when I decide that you should have some money. And you will cook and clean. And if I don't like that dress, you'll take it off. And if I don't like that friend, you won't see her anymore. That dictatorship is dead in the water. You will be divorced before you can say divorce. Yeah. Let me call Halle. Hi, Halle, it's Fumi. How are you, my gorgeousness? How are you? How are things going on? Congratulations on everything that you have been, that you are. I am living your menopause coaching. I can't wait for you to come out with a book. I heard and I saw what David Justice had to say. Pay him no mind. All right? Yeah. Fumi Nation is out here with you, for you, every day, all day. I'll let them know. What was that? Say hi to them. I will, my darling. I will. All of my love, Halle. Keep on doing you. So proud. Gorgeous. Yeah, Halle says, you know what, for me, it's not even that deep. I don't remember the man. And I got stories too to tell about him. But you know what? I'm so happy in my relationship. I've got so much love right now. I'm filled with love. I'm filled with appreciation. I've been through it. And I'm on my way to brighter days. It's just the beginning for me, Fumi. Trust me, I'm good. And she said she'll come onto the show. I live and love. I live and love. Darlings, for those of you that are going through divorces, because I see that also in the comments, I am holding your hand. There was a beautiful Fumi Nation who said, when I got divorced from my ex, I destroyed all of the pictures, even the wedding dress. I don't know why that struck me, but it did. How badly that relationship was, how traumatizing it was for her that she didn't want to see any image of her past. Not even the wedding dress. She's moved on now, and I say that you can imagine these celebrities who have relationships in the public eye, who make their mistakes in the public eye. And a David Justice now wants Halle to relive that disastrous relationship because you came out here to do an interview of which nobody really cared about, to talk about Halle Berry. It blows my mind. Why? Why didn't you talk about your wife? What's her name? Let's find out what her name is. Why not? Rebecca Villalobos. She sounds Latina. Beautiful, gorgeous. Why didn't you talk about her? Talk about your wonderful relationship and how she just might be motherly to you. That could have been something. And let me say this. It didn't have to be Halle Berry. Anybody. Don't talk about your exes. Leave it in the past and move on. They're not talking about you. So why are you talking about them? It's not nice and it's not necessary. That's where I'm coming from. That's all I gotta say. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, my darlings, and I'll see you. What? I'll see you in New York. Yeah, baby, I'll see you in New York City. All of my love. Yes, I do. Look, back up. Have you noticed that I refuse to give any of this away? It's always sold out. Always what? It's always sold out. So, guys, what do I think about our slippery lime shampoo? Let me show you something. Let me show you something. And for the benefit of other shampoo products, I covered them. I had to do this test because I needed to prove a point. And I don't want to bring up any other product or brand. But these are other shampoos that I've had. Yeah? Okay. So I'm going to take them out one by one. Let me put my slippery slime here. I'm going to bring it out one by one. And I'm going to pour it out for you to see. Yeah? Look at the consistency. Look at the consistency. Okay. That is one. Look at the consistency of this one. Okay. Look at the consistency of this. Oh God. Look at the consistency of this. Look at the consistency of slippery slime shampoo by Healthy Hair Studio, created by a trichologist called ENITAN. It's a beast. It won't even. Just look. If you are asking me, Fumi, a slippery lime shampoo, Healthy Hair Studio, created by trichologist ENITAN, is it FDV approved? It is absolutely FDV approved. It is absolutely FDV approved. Go right ahead and use my discount code Fumi and get you.
The value of the information that we were given. So it's not overwhelming. It was very clearly laid out. It was accessible, even for someone that's not familiar with public relations.
Now I'm leaving, feeling more PR ready. What I thought I knew, I now know more. What I came to do, I've done so much more.
If you are serious about really growing your business or growing your brand, then like this is really this is a must.
And I love the fact that I came away from it feeling and knowing that I now have a clear pathway for the things I want to do next for my business.
I'm literally in awe.
I feel like I can pitch. There's so many platforms that I've wanted to go on, so many podcasts or just things that I thought I can only dream about. But in this retreat and just through the classes and the sessions, I really learned how to actually reach out to those platforms, to those huge platforms.
Know that when it comes to PR, Nina gonna put you together, okay? during our sessions, how she walked us through the playbook and she had us complete tasks. It gave us a sense of clarity.
Nina, you did that. You brought a group of amazing women together and you helped us bond, see our worthiness, and yeah, it was everything I could have dreamed of and more.
Yes, it's really been a unforgettable experience.
This is by far the most impactful few days I've had in a very long time.
Nina, you have no idea how profoundly your journey has impacted my journey.
Don't even think about not signing up.